Hey lovely sexy hobby people, welcome to today's video, which is Dungeons and Dragons Adventurer issue 22. We get another tin with a dice set, green and black. Let's get this out of the packaging. Another handy piece of little plastic for windows on terrain. Oh, they're not green and black. Okay, they're blue see-through. They're blue translucent. Pop that over there. Right, here we go. Telepathy. Numerous terrifying entities in the realms boast telepathic powers, but players' characters can sometimes channel mind-to-mind communication too. Mind over matter, telepathic creature, flumps. Hurricanes, mind flayers, those I've heard of. Pseudo dragons, I'm assuming that's what this is. And sahorgins. These aquatic predators, known to fearful sailors as sea devils, have a very specific form of telepathy. While their voices won't be invading the heads of any player characters, they are able to telepathically communicate with nearby sharks, using the ability to order them to attack. Well, that's just not fair. Managing Monsters, Part 6, Combat Environment. Oh, for fuck's sake. Excuse me, sorry. Monsters don't fight in a vacuum, and their environment, tactics, or randomly occurring events can change the course of battle. The unexpected twist. Monsters are clever. Okay. Spectacular magic. How you describe your spells can make the difference between a boring evening of dice rolling and an exciting night of imagination. A bard conjures a spectral gauntleted hand to throw open the lid of a treasure chest. A wizard writes at her desk while a ghostly ink-stained hand hovers nearby fetching books. A warlock sends a phantom gloved hand to pour salt in the shape of a sigil on the floor of a temple. In each of these scenarios, the cantrip Mage Hand was cast. While the spell effects are unchanged, the visual description is altered, giving an insight into the nature of those who cast it. Spell components. So yeah, there's material, a speech or a physical waving of hands to different spells, and a spell can either have one, two, or all three of those. Quest for components. It's worth remembering that some spells require special components with a monetary value. For example, to cast Identify, the caster needs a pearl worth at least 100 gold pieces. The hunt for this item could be a fun side quest. What sea monsters will the heroes face when they head to the coast to go oyster harvesting? And then we have in our character creation Cleric, Tempest Domain. So as I understand it, clerics have different domains that they can study. Tempest Domain being one of them. Tempest Domain benefits, role-playing the Tempest Domain. Cleric, Nature Domain, yeah. Trickery Domain, okay. So we get three of them there. Nuperibos. Meet the disgusting devils who live at the very bottom of the hellish pecking order. At the very lowest echelon of devilish society, you will find the wretched, reeking Nipperibos. Similar to lemurs, they lurch around the nine hells at the beck and call of the devils who so enjoy tormenting and commanding them. These hideous vermin-wreathed fiends are formed from only the most worthless souls that are claimed by the nine hells. If a mortal committed evil through indolence or sheer carelessness, then it is likely they will spend their afterlives as a Neperibo, a being that notably lacks the ambition that defines so many of their diabolic kin. So there you have it. I mean, to me, they just look like a plague zombie from Nurgle, you know. Could do with a pedicure. Determined vermin. Neperibos or Neperibos aren't totally without strengths despite their wretched status. Right, cloud of vermin. Each Neperibo is surrounded by a thick cloud of flying, stinging insects and sometimes bat-like blood-sucking scourges. Okay. Tracking. While in the nine hells, any creature that has taken damage from a cloud of vermin attack in the last 24 hours can be tracked by a Neperibo. Immunities and resistances. Resistant to cold and acid and are immune to fire and poison. They also can't be blinded, charmed or frightened. Bite attack. Eternally voracious. A Neperibo tries to devour any non-devil it finds. And blind sight. Although Neperibo is both blind and deaf, its vermin cloud gives it blind sight. Oh, excuse me. So sorry. No two cities are exactly alike, and neither are their systems of governments, but whether it's an autocracy, plutocracy, or militocracy, it pays to know who makes the rules before you step through these city gates. Neverwinter, ruled by region. Waterdeep, operated by council, and Baldur's Gate, segregated by class. Forms of government. Okay, so yeah, here we go. Dictatorship, feudalism, republic, theocracy, hierarchy, monarchy. Cool. Right, and then Dancing with Devils, part 2, our adventure. So, the story so far. The party was summoned by Salaniva Strahl to investigate an infernal plot. In the past few days, people have begun disappearing, and the knight believes they were kidnapped by the Ashmedai cult. The adventurers followed their first suspect, a man called Terentius, who reappeared unharmed after several days of absence. This investigation led to a suspicious meeting with a woman named Amanda, who turned out to be an agent of the Ashmedai. Whether they followed the woman unnoticed or received information elsewhere, the adventurers now find themselves in the sewers beneath Neverwinter. Within the sewers is a tunnel that leads to this cult cell's hideout. Excellent. So we now get an additional map for the sewers. That's cool. Reinforcements. If the party reaches out to Salaniva, he sends 2 NPCs to help, but it takes a while before they arrive. So they give you some options here. Waiting for reinforcements or pressing onwards. Hideout features. So ceilings, 20 feet high, doors, unless stated otherwise, doors are wooden and unlocked. Light, magical green flames hover in random locations throughout the temple. And eerie feeling. While in the temple, the adventurers can't shake the feeling that something is watching them. So 1A is the relic room. 2 is the southern sleeping quarters. 3, northern sleeping quarters. 4 is the shattered hull. There's a great big rend chasm across that. And then we got the pool room at 5. 6 is the entrance hall. Read the following. The room mirrors the size and shape of the rectangular room you entered from. So that's that one. You notice sleeping bags, clothes, eating utensils and other packs of personal equipment. Cool. And then you have the ritual chamber as well, which is this one. You can find a ring of mind shielding. That's cool. While wearing this ring, you are immune to magic that allows other creatures to read your thoughts. Determine whether you are lying, know your alignment, or know your creature type. Excellent. Creatures can only telepathically communicate with you if you allow it. Veteran of the Gauntlet. So these must be the 2 NPCs that turn up. And then we have Neperibo. Right. And then we have our dice tin. So standard, excuse me, standard dice tin, and we get some translucent blue, kind of blue and black, maybe. Oops. Right, let's have a look. Come down. Ta-da. And the D12 runs away and lands on 12. 13 for the D20. That was a 12 for the D20. 4. 20 for the D20. An 11. A 12. A 3. A 17. A 2. A 13. 17. 13. 9. A 6 even. 19. 6. No, that was 9 that time. 18. Do you know what? I might be using this one in tonight's game. Cool. Right, so there you have it. Issue 22. And dice. Right, hopefully I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.